March 9th will of course be UFC 299. Sean O'Malley versus Marlon Chito Vera 2. Of course, it will be the rematch where Sean O'Malley got his first loss. He is claiming that he's still undefeated. That doesn't make any sense. But anyways, it also has a very stacked card, which includes the names of Jailton Almeida, obvious favorite, Petr Yan, Gilbert Burns, Kevin Holland, and MVP making his UFC debut, Dustin Poirier, and of course the main event. So what we're going to talk about first is, of course, the heavyweight bout between Curtis Blaydes and Jailton Almeida. Of course, this was a fight that was supposed to happen before, but Blaydes pulled out, and of course, Derek Lewis stepped in and got dominated. So that says a lot. But of course, it's Jailton Almeida. You know, most people are saying are a boring fighter. Of course, that was during the Derek Lewis fight. His record says otherwise. 20-2. He lost one by KO, and he lost one via decision. But his wins, look at his wins. 7 KOs, 12 submissions, and only one win by way of decision. That's right. The Derek Lewis fight is the only fight where Jailton Almeida went the distance. Every other one is a submission, or obviously TKO. And of course, the other guy, Curtis Blaydes, is 17-4. Of course, Curtis Razor Blade. That is top 10 nicknames. Obviously, it's not a bad nickname like Raw Dog, but whatever. Of course, 17-4. 12 wins by way of knockout, 0 submission wins, and 5 decisions. Decent power puncher. Then again, it's the heavyweight division. If you don't have power, you're basically screwed. Anyways, KOs. All 4 losses have come by way of knockout, which of course means that he's chinny, kind of. But at the same time, when you look at the people that knocked him out, you're going to see, oh, okay, that's why. Of course, he lost to 3 people. He lost to Francis Ngannou twice. That's right, Francis Ngannou, as the guy that holds the record of the most powerful punch in recorded human history. So that says a lot. The next one being Derek Lewis, the man that has the record for the most knockouts in heavyweight history. Well, I think that's what I think it is. And his latest loss to Sergey Pavlovich up until fighting Tom Aspinall was a man with a 100% knockout ratio. That's right. He has lost via KO to only the most powerful punchers in the division. That's right. Jailton Almeida, of course, does not have that similar power. He is a submission threat. Curtis Blaydes has 0 wins by way of submission, but he does have some grappling, in terms of power, in terms of submission threat, not really, but in terms of ground and pound threat, that's a different story. But with that being said, he is coming off of a knockout loss in the very first round to Sergey Pavlovich back in April of 2023, so kind of a year layoff at this point. And he's fighting Jailton Almeida, coming fresh off of a decision win over Derek Lewis, which of course Curtis Blaydes lost to. But then again, this Derek Lewis is a little less of a Derek Lewis, all right? Blaydes lost to Lewis 2021. Jailton Almeida beat him 2023. So 2 years, a lot of stuff can happen. And a lot of stuff did happen. But person I got winning is, of course, Jailton Almeida. I do think, look at his record. He was a 100% finish artist up until fighting Derek Lewis. But then again, you try doing something with Derek Lewis. Literally, the dude can knock you on the last 30 seconds of the fight. And he did that one time. But I do got Jailton Almeida winning decision. I think he goes decision again with Curtis Blaydes. I think his grappling ability will definitely keep him from getting submitted. And his power will definitely keep Almeida on his toes. But for the most part, I think Almeida does get it done. Of course, most people don't want that because they see him as boring. But then again, with only 1 decision win, which was his most recent one, recency bias is going to hit Curtis Blaydes like a truck. Not knock him out that way, but you get the point. Next fight is Petr Yan versus Yadong Song. Of course, Song is 21-7 with 1 draw, 9 wins by way of knockout, 3 submissions, and 9 decisions. Well-rounded opponent, not that much power, but he got popped. He has 7 losses, 2 by KO, 4 by decisions, and 1 by other. What was that other? Disqualification, that's what it was. He was disqualified back in 2015, so this man has been around for quite some time. At only the age of 26. Goddamn. But, whoa, he fought 9 years ago. He was 15? What? What? It's been, what This is a kid? Anyways, he'll be fighting the former bantamweight world champion Piotr Jan, 16-5. Of course, he has 7 wins by TKO, 1 submission, and 8 decisions. Another decently well-rounded opponent, also known as one of the better strikers of the division. Of course, he has 5 losses, 4 of them by decision and 1 by other. Of course, you know where that other came from. It was kneeing Aljamain Sterling in the face. So, a grounded Aljamain Sterling. Everyone's like, what? He was faking or something, right? First of all, getting kneed in the head is probably not a good experience to have, but it doesn't matter because he lost to Aljamain Sterling via split decision in the rematch. Of course, he then went on a 3-fight losing streak, of course, being Aljamain Sterling, Sean O'Malley, which most people thought he won, and Merab Dvalishvili. Of course, Merab does what Merab does and absolutely suffocates you. So, can you blame Piotr Jan from losing? But weird thing enough, I think Jan had a 100% takedown defense with Merab, so that's cool. He didn't win, but that's an upside. Of course, who I got winning? Most people don't have Piotr Jan winning. They think he's washed. But then again, when you look at who he lost to what most people consider the bantamweight GOAT, being Aljamain Sterling. Of course, they're like, oh, it's the other guy, right? Was it Dominic Cruz or something, right? But I'm saying the fact that Aljamain Sterling is either number 1 or number 2 in most people's books. He then lost to Sean O'Malley, who was the now current UFC bantamweight world champion, which of course TKO'd Aljamain Sterling to win the belt. And then he lost to Merab Dvalishvili. Of course, Merab being the number 1 contender right now. He's a monster. Can you blame any of those losses? Not saying that those losses are good on his record, but those are some good losses. He lost to the future number 2 champ of the division, the future champ, and the maybe even future champ in Merab. But Song is not at the level of these 3 guys. Now, of course, 3 losses back to back to back. Of course, obviously probably does something to someone's mental state, definitely makes them think, oh, damn, do I even got it? To me, I think he does. I think his striking, of course, a very crisp striker. I think he gets it done via decision. Does he get it done via knockout? Could be, but considering, the records and all that stuff, not so much. I do think he wins it decision. I think he gets back on the winning column. Does he get back in the title contention? Probably not, considering it's either going to be Sean O'Malley or Merab who's going to be the champion, so says a lot. But anyways, the next fight is, of course, Gilbert Burns versus Jack Della Maddalena. Of course, Maddalena is 16-2. 11 TKOs, 2 submissions, and only 3 decisions. 2 losses, of course, are by stoppage. 1 by KO and 1 by submission. He is coming off of a very nice win streak. And by nice, I mean very nice, as he literally lost his first 2 fights and then never lost again. Of course, he is facing the fan favorite Gilbert Burns, Dorino Burns. 22-6, 6 knockouts, 9 submissions, and 7 decisions. Obviously, a very well-rounded fighter. 2 losses by way of knockout and 4 decisions. Of course, he is coming off of that 1 loss via decision to Bilal Muhammad, the All-American. Very nice. Not very nice for the sole fact that he lost. But people are like, oh, he was injured in the fight, the shoulder and all that stuff. And other people are like, yeah, we kind of recently figured out Bilal was also injured, so that says a lot. Of course, he come off of a 2-fight win streak to Jorge Masvidal. Not so... it's a decent win, I guess. Neil Magny, another decent win. Hamza Chimaev beat Stephen Thompson. But a lot of people are concerned for Dorino for the sole fact that he's chinny. The last time he got knocked out was in 2021, so that says a lot. But Maddalena has a lot of power, and not only that, Burns is 37 coming off of a shoulder injury. And, it's been almost a year for him too, out of the octagon. I do think Maddalena gets it done via stoppage. I don't think so. I think he's chinny, but I don't think he's that chinny. He literally got TKO'd by Kamaru Usman and Dan Hooker, so those are some powerful punchers. So yeah, I got Jack Della Maddalena winning unanimous decision. No stoppages yet. I'm just saying. Could there be any? This is the only one where I think, okay, if you go on stoppage, that makes 100% sense. If not, it makes 100% sense too. But anyways, the next fight, Kevin Holland versus Michael Venom Page. He is 21-2, 13 KOs, 3 submissions, and 5 decisions. So quite a bit of power in those hands. Of course, he has 2 losses, 1 by KO, 1 by decision. Of course, that 1 decision was back in 2022 against Logan Storley. And his 1 KO loss was back in 2019 to Douglas Lima. Anyways, he is fighting another fan favorite in Kevin Trailblazer Holland. 25-10, 14 KOs, 7 submissions, and 4 decisions. A very obvious, has some pop in there as well. 1 loss by way of knockout, 3 submission losses, and 6 decisions. Of course, that 1 submission loss, we all know who it came from. It was Hamzat Chimaev. He also then got TKO'd by Stephen Thompson, but then he's on a 2-fight win streak until he lost to a very familiar opponent, that being Madalena. That's right, he lost to him. Split decision. Of course, he is fighting a very big superstar in Michael Venom Page. What's the thing people like about him? I don't know. He's cringy, but not in the Henry Cejudo type of cringy, but like the good cringy, I don't know. But who do I got winning? I mean, this guy, Kevin Holland, has damn near half the amount of losses as his wins, but, you know, he's been doing good for himself, you know. Of course, he lost to Madalena, but Madalena has not lost a fight for quite some time either, so there's nothing wrong about that. You know, consider, I think Kevin Holland is the favorite, and I do think it makes sense. He has the better experience, better opponents than Michael Venom Page. Not only that, Kevin Holland's 31, although you see how many fights he has. He's a very old 31-year-old. Michael Venom Page is 36. That says a lot. I got Kevin Holland winning by way of knockout. That's right. This is the first knockout. I think he gets it done in the last round. I think he gets it done. I think his experience and overall grit will be too much for Michael Venom Page, and his story comes to a close. But anyways, the co-main event, Dustin Poirier takes on Benoit Saint Denis. Of course, Benoit Saint Denis is the God of War. We all know who he took that name from. He is 13-1 with 4 knockouts, right? And 9 submission wins. How many decision wins does he have? 0. 0 decision wins. That's right. He has a 100% stoppage rate, mostly in submissions. He only has 1 loss, and that was to decision. Of course, that was back in 2021 to Dos Santos. I'm not reading his first name. But he's coming off of a nice, you know, slew of wins. Of course, he's taking on a very damaged Dustin Poirier, 29-8. 29-8, 14 KOs, 8 submissions, and 7 decisions. You know, very well-rounded fighter. 8 losses, 3 by KO, 3 by decision, 3 by submission, and 2 by decision. Another well-rounded loss, but he is coming off of 1 KO loss, that being to Justin Gaethje via head kick. That's right, the 2nd round. But before that, he had a submission win against Michael Chandler, and then he lost to Charles Oliveira beforehand. Then he had decent little wins, you know, lost to Khabib and all that stuff. So who do I got winning? It's going to be Saint Denis. Let's be honest. Everyone knows that. And people are trying to cope with the fact that the diamond will shine again, but it will not. He's 35, coming off of a knockout. He has been in a lot of tough fights. He is a very damaged 35-year-old. And he's going up against a man who I think is not even top 10, and he's getting like a top 5 opponent. This man will be hungry. This man will be starving. And I think he gets it done. Does he get it via stoppage? I do think he might. It would be in the last round, because I do think Poirier's, you know, experience and his style will definitely keep Benoit or Denis off of him. But I do think Saint Denis's youthfulness and, of course, Justin Poirier's broken exhaust pipe will eventually fail on him. And Saint Denis will get the submission win against Dustin Poirier in front of a lot of Dustin Poirier fans. You know, it was a good run for Dustin Poirier, but I think it might be time to hang up the gloves. Unless he beats him. But I don't think he will. I got Benoit Saint Denis round 3 submission. I think most people have that as well. But of course, the main event, Sean O'Malley versus Marlon Chito Vera. Of course, Marlon Chito Vera, as my brother says, the homeless man, is 23-8. 8 KOs, 10 submissions, and 5 decisions. A very well-rounded opponent. 8 losses, not as well-rounded, all 8 by decision. So that is very nice of him. Has not been stopped in his entire career. Of course, he lost to Corey Sandhagen not too long ago. But he beat Pedro Munoz via unanimous decision, which is a fight I did watch. And Chito's Vera his jab is amazing. It's a very good jab. It's a very strong, stiff jab. Will stun you if landed. And of course, he is coming off of a very nice little wins before losing to Jose Aldo. And oh, another familiar opponent, Yadong Song. That's right, Song beat Chito Vera back in 2020. Very nice of him. Because people are saying he got 50 and 45 by an opponent. All I see is split decision losses, but who cares? Anyways, of course, Sean O'Malley is 17 and 1. We all know where that 1 came from. 17 wins, obviously, 12 by KO, 1 by submission. Where the hell did that come from? And 4 decisions. Let's look at where he got the submission win. He got it back in 2015. That is a long time ago. And of course, he did lose once via KO to, of course, the man Marlon Homeless Man Chito Vera. Of course, the way he won is a little controversial. People are like, "Oh, it didn't count because it was an injury." Yeah, an injury Chito Vera caused. He kicked him and he hit like a nerve. I don't know what it's called, the peroneal nerve or whatever it's called, where it basically shuts off your foot. Like, you can't even stand on it correctly. You try to move it, it's not going to work. Of course, that's how he stumbles and he falls, and that's how Chito Vera eventually gets the knockout, by hitting him with a bunch of elbows. Like, goddamn, okay, maybe not a lot. It was like 3. But he hit him once. And he said, okay, this is easy. Boom, 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 boom. And he stopped him. I was like, goddamn. Of course, people are saying that that was a fluke win. And could it be? Maybe, because a lot of people are joking with memes like this, which made me laugh.
Fucking hell, man. I'm finished.
But Chito Vera does have a very, very strong jab. Like, I mean it. He's a very strong jab. If Sean O'Malley does not, be careful, he will get set up by something with that jab. That jab is too good to not be used correctly, right? Sean O'Malley, of course, is coming off of his career high win to win the championship against Aljamain Sterling. Of course, he knocked him out. Okay, TKO more or less. Weird thing is, he lost to Chito Vera in round 1. So, that says a lot. Not a lot, because when your foot don't work no more. What are you going to do? It's going to be tough. But anyways, who do I got winning? To be honest, Chito Vera has a good chance. And I mean a really good chance. Good jab, strong, well-rounded fighter for the most part. I'm against Sean O'Malley, who has lost to him. Of course, Marlon Vera is obviously shoving in his face. I knocked you out, you bum. And then Sean O'Malley will obviously go in to try to prove something. Whether or not he goes in with the right game plan or not is something we'll see Saturday. But of course, it's most likely going to be Sean O'Malley. Chito Vera has not been too extraordinary with his fights. I mean, literally, most people thought, a lot of people are like, damn, that Mujos fight was a little too close, Should not have gone that close. But I do got Sean O'Malley winning decision. I don't think he knocks Marlon out. For the sole fact that I think he's going to try to knock him out, and then he gets clipped. He's like, oh, snap. And he's like, okay, well, I'm going to go decision then. And I think he goes decision. But how many rounds will one win? I do think Sean O'Malley will win 3 rounds out of 5. I don't think he wins anymore. Marlon's jab will definitely be enough to keep him in title contention. People are thinking, damn, Marlon actually has a good chance. He's not going to win, though. But anyways, yeah. I got Sean O'Malley winning decision, avenging that 1 loss, and then losing to Marab. Anyways, that is the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. The next one will, of course, be William Zepeda versus Maxi Hugh in I think it's the IBF final title eliminator. But anyways, hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.